I am a researcher, I can test a hypothesis in the space of 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
Okay? And I can inspect these workflows and try to understand. So there's a certain sense in which if we learn to wield these complex systems, first, if we accept their power, we need to accept that they are powerful inside our head.
Okay.
If we accept their power and then we learn how to wield these systems, I think there's something that will be there for us in the short term. Yeah.
Okay. So I want to push this analogy a bit further and go into an aspect that you touched on in the article, which is the idea of decreeing and creating these hard and fast tools about how we can use these systems. So you as a power user, as Thor, is there any benefit in having Odin tell you that you cannot use these systems in this kind of way, or you can use them in this other kind of way? So in a way, creating the guardrails of how these systems can be used more than decreeing how the systems themselves work or how they can operate within certain contexts. So it's guardrails whilst understanding the power that they wield, but placing some kind of framework that would allow for their usage. And would this be akin to a decree on the usage of AI, or how would you view it in that regard?
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess this is partially a little bit of a weakness of the article. It does not engage very deeply with policy, and I would like to do that in a follow-up article. I think this is important. Yesterday, we were in a government workshop, and somebody asked a very good question. Why are we regulating artificial intelligence? We are already using it. The law is already behind us using it, and the fact of the matter is that there are very deep constraints on what we can do to regulate the use of artificial intelligence. My position, and I am a startup person, which is very weird, I was for regulation, and I still am for some form of regulation.
Okay.
And why should we regulate? We should regulate it because we are using it, okay? This is the wide usage of ChatGPT, for example, in Kenya, are power users of artificial intelligence in the sense that they were top in the usage of artificial intelligence last year. I think you saw that. So if we are using it to that level in our studies, in our work, then we must start thinking of ways of constraining the use of this of technology. Unconstrained use of technology allows the use of this stuff in any direction.
Okay.
And just like a human being, you cannot live without some form of routine, because routine is direction. The constraining, the guardrails, as you have said, what are guardrails for? To keep something in a certain direction. Yes, but we would need to now, as Kenyans, as East Africans, as Africans, articulate which direction we want in the long term our technology to take. Because in a short while we will be developing these technologies in-house. So what direction should we take? And then once we fix our guardrails, we decide where we want to go fix our guardrails, then hopefully the evolution of technology will play out in a certain direction.
Okay.
There are these questions of AI safety that need to be engaged with, and AI security, that conversations are only now just beginning in the continent, and I hope this gets deeper and deeper with time, and with time I hope to engage this in further articles.